This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Eala calls Grand Slam win a sign of new era for Filipino sport. National Capital Region gymnast strikes gold. Record stumble at the Palarong Pambansa. Letran sweeps Mapua to claim Final Four spot in NCAA men's volleyball. Paige Bueckers returns to Connecticut, leads Wings the first WNBA win. Shohei Ohtani launches 20th homer. Dodgers roll past Guardians. Meanwhile, Tyrese Haliburton's triple-double lifts the Pacers to a 3-1 series edge over the Knicks. And we get to know the Benilde Lady Blazers' power setter, Chenae Basarte. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 28th of May. Now, here's our roundup. Eala made history with a Grand Slam match win, marking a first for a Filipino woman, signaling what she hopes is the start of a bright new chapter for sports in the Philippines. Teaming up with Renata Zarazua of Mexico, Eala defeated Britain's Emily Appleton and Spain's Yvonne Cavalli-Reimers 7-5, 6-4 to secure a spot in the second round of doubles at the French Open. The victory came just 2 days after Eala's singles debut ended in a tough loss to Colombia's Emiliana Arango 6-0, 2-6, 6-3. Eala is one of the young stars ushering in a fresh wave of Filipino talent on the world stage. She's been training at Rafael Nadal's academy in Mallorca since she was 13. In 2022, she won the U.S. Open girls singles title and this year made headlines again by reaching the Miami semis, taking down 3 Grand Slam champions, including world number 2, Iga Swiatek. Arman Hernandez Jr., just 8 years old, is turning heads at the 65th Palarong Pambansa after scooping up 5 gold medals in elementary boys artistic gymnastics ages 7 to 9. Competing at the Ilocos Norte National High School gym, he dominated the horizontal bars, vault, floor exercise, individual, all-around, and team event. The rising star only started gymnastics last year, yet posted scores as high as 9.300. Hernandez credits his training and looks up to junior gymnast Carl Eldrew Yulo, brother of double Olympic gold medalist Carlos Yulo, whom he sometimes trains with at MVP Gymnastics Center. The Pasay-based athlete ended his Palaro debut with 6 medals, including a bronze in mushroom. In swimming, Calabarzon's Rainiel Trinidad finally struck gold in his final Palaro, winning the secondary boys 50-meter butterfly with a new record time of 25.23 seconds, breaking the previous best of 25.25. Trinidad's win served as sweet redemption after losing to friend and rival Albert Amaro last year. NCR's Titus Rafael Sia also made waves, breaking a 2013 record in the elementary boys 200-meter freestyle with a time of 2 minutes, 7.86 seconds. Meanwhile, in track and field, Western Visayas' Miko Villaran smashed the 110-meter hurdles record at 14.0 seconds, breaking the 2010 mark. Moving on to collegiate sports, Colegio de San Juan de Letran cruised past Mapua University 25-16, 25-21, 25-20 to secure their Final Four berth in NCAA Season 100 men's volleyball at the Phil Oil Center in San Juan. The win improved Letran's record to 12-6, clinching the last semifinals ticket, while Mapua slipped to 14-4 to close out the elimination round. Alongside Letran and Mapua, De La Salle College of St. Benilde and Arellano University have also booked their Final Four spots. Vince Himzon led the Knights with 15 points, including 13 attacks and 2 blocks, while Bem Bautista and Dave Lardizabal added 11 and 10 points respectively. RJ Ramos topped Mapua with 10 points, with Barbie San Andres contributing 8 as the Cardinals ended the second round on a 2-game losing streak. Letran will face the 4th seed in the semis, which will be decided on Friday when Benilde meets Lyceum of the Philippines University in their final elimination game. In Major League Baseball, Shohei Ohtani smashed his MLB-leading 20th home run of the season, his third in 3 games, as the Dodgers took down the Guardians 9-5. His 2-run blast to left in the 4th inning made it 4-0, marking his fastest climb to 20 homers in 8 seasons, just 53 games. Cleveland closed the gap with a 3-run shot from Daniel Schneemann, but LA responded with runs in the 6th, 8th, and a 3-run homer by Max Muncy in the 9th. Ohtani went 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. The Dodgers finished with 11 hits, including multi-hit games from Freddie Freeman and Teoscar Hernandez. The win gives LA momentum heading into the series finale. Dustin May struck out 9 over 5 innings to earn the win, while Tanner Bibee took the loss. The Dodgers now lead the series 2-0. In the WNBA, Paige Bueckers made a triumphant return to Connecticut, leading the Dallas Wings to their first win of the season with a 109-87 victory over the Connecticut Sun. The former UConn star dropped a season-high 21 points with 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Fans last saw her in Connecticut walking off to a hug from Coach Gino Auriemma in the Final Four. This time, she came back as the #1 WNBA draft pick, wearing number 5 for Dallas and delivered in style. Rookie Azia James helped fuel a second-quarter run, while Maddie Sigrist and Kyla Charles added to the momentum. Bueckers had 15 first-half points and played almost the entire half. She blocked a shot by Bria Hartley, then finished the play with a layup that brought the crowd to its feet. Arike Ogunbowale added 19 points, including 15 in the third quarter. The Wings built a 21-point lead in the fourth and never looked back. Bueckers exited with just over 4 minutes left to a standing ovation. The Wings face Chicago next in a home-and-home series, while the Sun take on Indiana on Friday without Caitlin Clark. Meanwhile, in the NBA, Tyrese Haliburton turned in a flawless performance with 32 points, 15 assists, and 12 rebounds, all without a turnover, to lead the Indiana Pacers to a 130-121 win over the New York Knicks in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals in Indianapolis. The All-Star guard also knocked down 5 triples and earned his second career postseason triple-double, pushing the 4th-seeded Pacers to a 3-1 lead in the best-of-7 showdown. Pascal Siakam poured in 30 points. Benedict Mathurin added 20 off the bench, while Aaron Nesmith chipped in 16. Miles Turner scored 13 before fouling out as Indiana shot 51.1% from the field and went 13 of 32 from 3. The Pacers dominated on the break again, outscoring the Knicks 22-9 in fast break points and now leading that stat 65-23 through 4 games. On the other hand, Jalen Brunson led the 3rd-seed Knicks with 31 points. Karl Anthony Towns had 24 points and 12 rebounds, while OG Anunoby added 22. Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart contributed 17 and 12 points respectively, with Hart also grabbing 11 boards. New York shot 46.3% from the floor and out-rebounded Indiana 44-33, but couldn't match the Pacers' energy. Nesmith, who injured his ankle in Game 3, was cleared to play shortly before tip-off by Coach Rick Carlisle. Game 5 heads to New York on Tuesday, with the Knicks looking to extend the series. And now, here's your daily dose of sports lingo. What's one of the most powerful offensive shots in table tennis that can turn defense into attack in a flash? It's called the loop, a signature move in modern table tennis known for its deadly combination of spin, speed, and precision. A loop is a topspin shot that lifts the ball high over the net with extreme rotation, causing it to dip sharply and bounce forward once it hits the table. It's often used to counter backspin and can be executed from both forehand and backhand sides. Mastering the loop is a game changer because it gives the players the edge in long rallies and high-pressure points. So, when in doubt, loop it up. Now it's time for our off-court buzzer. Pops is back, and so is the Heat. Tyrese Haliburton didn't just win Game 4, he owned it. Now, after missing 8 games due to that highly publicized incident with Giannis Antetokounmpo, John Haliburton, yes, that Haliburton, Pops, was back in the building, and his son delivered a show for the ages. 32 points, 15 assists, 12 rebounds, and zero turnovers. You could feel the vibes shift the moment he hit the floor. Tyrese became just the third player in NBA history to drop a 30-15-10 line in the playoffs without making a single mistake on the stat sheet. And let's not ignore the backstory. John Haliburton had been benched from the stands after his on-court taunts at Giannis Antetokounmpo in round 1. A little too much heat, a little too much dads got smoke. But tonight, the energy was different.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm glad Pop's in the building, man. Makes it that much more sweet.
In a series where the Pacers now lead 3-1 and smell the finals for the first time since 2000, Haliburton picked the perfect night to go full supernova. The Knicks had their chances, blew a 20-point comeback, then watched Tyrese dice them apart possession after possession. And the best line of the night...
Free Pops, and Pops is free, but he was not in jail. He happened to be in a very beautiful home, sitting very pretty watching NBA basketball.
So yeah, Haliburton's got his dad back. He's got the city buzzing, and he's got the Knicks on the ropes. This wasn't just a win. This was personal. And it's starting to feel like Tyrese Haliburton might be the face. Actually, he is the face of the Pacers' new era. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 28th of May. Up next, we get to know one of the NCAA's best setters, Chenae Basarte of the Benilde Lady Blazers. When we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. She is one of the NCAA's top setters, and this Benilde Lady Blazer is ready to bring her A-game back to the volleyball court for a 4th run at the title. She is one determined lady setter on her course to victory. Let's get to know Chenae Basarte. Chenae, this is a very special year for you dahil for the first time in your career dito sa Benilde at sa NCAA, ikaw na yung primary setter. This is not an easy job kasi yun nga, you have a great coach in Coach Jerry at binibigay niya sa'yo yung tiwala niya. So, kamusta naman yung feeling na that is your role this year for Benilde?
Siyempre po, mahirap kasi ikaw na yung pinagkakatiwalaan ng team and the coach din. Siyempre, kailangan kong gampanan yung role na pagiging setter sa team. Yun po.
Okay. Chenae, let's get to know you a little bit kasi napapanood ka namin sa court and doing what you do as such an excellent playmaker for Benilde. But we want to get to know who Chenae Basarte is off the court. Tigasan ka ba? Saan ka pinanganak? And paano ka nahilig sa volleyball?
Taga Cebu po ako and may kapatid po kasi akong volleyball player. So, na-influensyahan niya po ako mag-volleyball. Taga UP po kasi siya.
I see. Okay.
Tapos, yun, nag-start ako grade 3. Nakikitraining ako doon sa kanila na, maganda naman pala mag-training, mag-volleyball, ganyan. Doon ako nag-start na, makikisali na nga lang ako araw-araw. Tapos yun po, hanggang naging grade 4, grade 5, nagtuloy-tuloy na po yun. Nasasali na ako sa mga liga nila doon sa Cebu.
So, ever since, it's been volleyball.
Opo, matagal na po talaga. Bata pa lang, volleyball na yung lagi kong ginagawa.
Ano ulit name ng ate mo sa UP?
May Basarte po.
May Basarte.
May.
Okay. Were you always a setter or may iba kang position dati? Spiker ka ba dati nung nasa Cebu ka?
Yes po, spiker talaga ako dati nung nasa Cebu ako. And na-convert lang po ako nung grade 8 ni Coach Jet.
Wow.
Nung nag-high school na ako sa Hope Christian High School. Bali, nanood kasi siya nung palaro namin, nung grade 6 kami. Dalawa kaming kinuha nun, si Estenzo. So, since player din niya yung ate ko nung high school, nag-connect po ayun, pinanood niya kami nung palaro. Yun po. Kaya kami nakuha.
Kailan mo na-realize that you actually had talent to compete at a high level dito sa volleyball?
For me po, nung nag-high school na ako, mas nakilala ko yung kung ano yung volleyball nung naging coach ko na si Coach Jerry kasi doon mo makikita yung reality ng volleyball, yung pagiging player. Kasi yun nga, si Coach din, marami din siyang tinuturo sa amin na mga kailangan mong matutunan sa volleyball. Doon ko po na-discover na kaya ko hanggat gusto ko, parang ganun po. Tsaka din, yun nga, yung sa ensayo din po talaga palagi. Doon po.
Meron ka bang ina-idolize na setter dati nung naglalaro, naglalaro ka and you're watching volleyball? Meron ka bang pinapanood dati na, parang gusto ko gayahin itong style na to or incorporate sa sarili kong style ng paglalaro?
Nung high school po, late na po kasi ako natutong mag-set kasi nga converted lang po ako. Pero napapanood ko na po nun yung alumni din namin na si Cheng, yung nasa Petrogas po.
Si Chenae.
Janelle po, si Achi po. So yun po, naging parang na-inspired ako na yung mga way of, yung mga decision making niya, ganun sa court. Nakaka-inspire po siyang panoorin.
Grabe, ano yun, maganda yung nabanggit mo kasi yun yung lineage ng Benilde setters at nag-champion rin si Janelle. So now that you've said that, syempre, ang daming historically, ang daming magaling na setters dito sa Benilde. Si Achi, tapos syempre si Cloan, ngayon naman ikaw yung next. May pressure ba yun, knowing na yun na kailangan may pagpatuloy yung nagawa nila para sa Benilde?
Sa akin po, yung pressure naman is nandyan lagi. Pero for me, nape-pressure lang siguro kapag masyado kong iniisip na, dapat ganong level ka. Siguro sa akin po is hindi ko masyadong iniisip na kailangan mas mataas ako sa kanila. Yung iniisip ko ngayon is yung gampanan lang po talaga para mag-lead as a setter sa team ngayon. Yun lang po yung iniisip ko.
Chenae, this season, maraming mga batang setters, mga rookie setters, like from Mapua, let's say, si Jem Gavica, isa sa mga bagong setters. Sa Arellano, magaling din yung bagong setter, si Catherine Dumasig. So, for you, pag nakaka-match up mo yung ibang mga setters sa NCAA, is there a setter na talagang, wow, pag naglaban kami nito, maganda yung matchup?
Siguro po lahat naman sila kasi may iba't iba silang style ng pag-set mga decision making din nila, paano sila mag-execute ng play. Lahat naman po sila for me, magaling po.
Okay. Let's talk about this last match against Letran kasi sobrang crucial. Nung first round, natalo kayo for the first time since post-pandemic. Siyempre sa Benilde, hindi niyo alam yung yung experience pag matalo because you've been so dominant for so many years. Ano yung natutunan ng team na from that time na natalo kayo sa Letran at sa Mapua and the first round hanggang sa nakabawi na kayo sa Letran?
Siguro po is yung marami kaming pinagdaanan ng first round Parang yung mga lapses namin, mga kailangan namin i-work on. Doon po siguro nanggaling yung growth namin. Kung anong meron namin ngayon, doon namin napulot lahat. kung paano kami pinupush nung mga lapses namin sa first round, yun po yung parang pinagkukunan namin ngayon ng parang kumbaga kung saan kami kailangan mag-work on pa ngayon, yun po.
Yun nga yung napansin ko this second round, parang I saw a lot of growth in the Benilde Lady Blazers. In terms of like yung maturity nyo sa court, yung rotation ni Coach Jerry at ni Coach Onyok, talagang nagagamit niya halos lahat ng mga players in the lineup. And then of course, we see Coach Jerry, mahaba yung nagiging usapan nyo before practice. So for you, Chenae, ano yung mga important lessons na nakukuha nyo from Coach Jerry na talagang nakakatulong sa inyo pag-apak nyo sa court?
Siguro po is yung sa sarili. Sa sarili kasi namin yung nagsistart lahat Sabi nga niya na gustuhin nyo kasi nasa amin naman po yun Yung kalaban namin, hindi yung mismong kalaban, kundi yung sarili namin. Parang kumbaga maghihinder parang naghihinder siya kapag kami nape-pressure tapos hindi namin ma-execute ng maayos yung gusto namin. So sa sarili po talaga yun. Yun po yung lagi namin niisip.
Pang ilang taon mo na dito sa NCAA playing year?
Pang-fourth na po.
Pang-fourth, so may isa ka pa. Hanggang season 101 ka pa pala. Okay. Ano yung mga gusto mong ma-achieve, Chenae, bago ka mag-graduate dito sa NC?
Yun nga po yung lagi ko sinasabi sa kabatch ko na before kami mag-graduate, mag-4-pit or mag-5-pit po kami. Yun po yun. And manalo.
Grabe, may chance ka pala mag-5-pit, no? Ano yung tinitake mong course sa Benilde?
Human Resource Management.
Human Resource Management. So kung hindi volleyball, ano sa tingin mo yung ginagawa mo sa buhay or gagawin mo sa buhay if not volleyball?
Siguro po normal student lang talaga ako ngayon. And yun nga, siguro mahilig mag-cook, ganon, mga hobbies ko, ganon.
Okay, wala ka naiisip na dream job aside from volleyball?
Wala po Siguro yung maging chef. Yun po.
Okay.
Mahilig kasi ako magluto
For the last question, Chenae, para sa'yo, ano yung nakikita mong biggest obstacle ng Benilde Lady Blazers ngayong season 100 as you move towards your goal of winning a championship and winning a 4-peat?
For me po, siguro yung mawala ng tiwala sa sarili. Kasi andyan naman yung training hindi naman kami kinukulang or kulang pa sa training, andyan naman lagi. Si coach laging nagre-remind. Kung siguro mawawalan kami ng tiwala, syempre hindi namin magagawa yung gusto namin gawin sa loob ng court.
So, Chenae, we want to say thank you so much for sharing your time with us, and we had a chance to get to know you a little bit, and we'll see kung yung dream mo. Very exciting yan. 5-peat if ever. So kumbaga, this is a core moment right here. All the best, Chenae. At maraming salamat sa oras. Up next, the Thunder have the door open, but Anthony Edwards and the Wolves refuse to let go. Will the young core close it out, or do we go back to Minnesota? Yan ang ating malalaman. So you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. We've got a classic in the making. Maybe. Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals and the Oklahoma City Thunder, baby. Yeah, these kids are now just one win away from the NBA Finals. Now, think about that for 1 second. One more at home in front of that wild, young, and borderline euphoric OKC crowd. I mean, let's be real. This team is way ahead of schedule. 6 to 8 wins. Top seed. And now, a closeout game in the bag. And you've got a dude in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander who just put up a 10-9 game after getting blown out in Game 3 by 42. MVP caliber mindset. This wasn't just about buckets. This was leadership, poise, and a guy saying, yeah, we're not folding tonight. Now let's give Jalen Williams, J-Dub, his flowers too. Dude went off for 34 points, 6 threes. And when OKC needed to make that "we're not going away" statement, he stepped up with the same confidence you usually see from Jimmy Butler before, not this Jimmy Butler this year in the playoffs. And then Chet Holmgren, in his hometown no less, puts up 21 points and 3 blocks and looks like he's been doing this for years. When you think about what this trio is doing, nakakatakot. Sobrang scary, like Dynasty mode on 2K scary. But the Timberwolves, listen, they're not dead yet. They've taken body shots all series, but somehow keep finding bench firepower to keep the game close. Nikhil, Alexander Walker, Dante DiVincenzo, they're playing like they're trying to sneak into the starting 5. The issue, Anthony Edwards hasn't looked like that guy since game 2. 16 points last game. He looked bottled up. Dort's making life hell for him. And Randall, 5 points. Ano yun? It's been a rough go. Now, let's zoom out a bit. Oklahoma City is 7-1 at home this postseason, plus 191 scoring differential. And it's not like they're just beating teams. They're wearing them down. Now, this isn't the 2016 Thunder anymore. This is a younger, scarier, smarter version. They're long, they're switchable. They hunt mismatches like wolves in transition and not the Minnesota Timberwolves. So here we are, Game 5. All signs point to the Thunder ending and finishing the job. But hey, this is the NBA. Crazy things happen. Now, if Edwards goes nuclear and the Wolves' bench show up again, maybe we get the Game 6. But right now, OKC feels like the team that just knows they're next. Posing muna. Tignan natin. Now stay ahead of the game as the battle for the playoffs heats up with high-stakes games. And here's your odds breakdown for tomorrow's matchup. That wraps up tonight's preview, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From one of the most decorated sprinters in Olympic history, with 11 Olympic medals, 7 of which are gold, Allyson Felix once said, "I've learned to embrace the tough days because that's where the growth happens." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, right here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.